So my job is basically to oversee all aspects of the sports performance program, and lead my staff in putting out a daily and year-round service that helps improve performance of our athletes on the field, on the court, or in the water. So basically anything and all strength and conditioning, sports performance related, um, studying and looking up the most cutting edge research, so that we're putting out the best product possible really every day. And really my role is to continue to help grow the program year to year and keep up with the demand that the athletes and the coaches place on us. So the athletes here really buy into doing what it takes to improve. They've kind of already bought into that. So my job really is just make sure we're operating at the highest level possible, and provide as many opportunities for them to train and improve as possible. So my background really as an athlete kind of led me down the field into sport performance. My first experience really weight training and that weight room experience was my going into my freshman year of high school. So I knew in high school that I had to get a little bit bigger, get a little bit stronger, get a little bit faster to be able to compete with the competition. So really just started to do some of my own research, on weight training and very basic stuff in my basement, bench press, squat, and just kind of learning the basics of that. And that really helped me as an athlete through high school, and that kind of transitioned into college, and my passion for it started to grow. And through college, I continued to play basketball, and so continued to use that to help me as an athlete. But I really didn't know at that point what I wanted to do as a career. That was still just kind of a hobby and ultimately a means to an end of making me a better athlete and helping me to play better. But I still wasn't sure what I wanted to do. So for my first 2 years of college, I went to a junior college and studied criminal justice. And then really during the process of where I was looking to transfer to another school, I started to look more into, what do I really want to do? Criminal justice was interesting to me, but it wasn't really a passion. And I knew it wasn't something I really wanted to do as a career. None of the jobs were really all that appealing to me. So, I kind of thought, well, what's something that I could do as a career that feels more like a hobby rather than a job. And so then I started to look into strength and conditioning and sport performance and maybe being a strength coach. And then, what kind of athletes would I want to work with? And college athletes seemed to appeal to me the most. And so I started to look at schools that offered an exercise science program. And then ultimately I got recruited by LaSalle College in Newton, Massachusetts. And they had an exercise science program, so it kind of worked out. So I ended up going there and getting into the field even more, and then got the formal education on it. And at that point, I really kind of knew what I wanted to do. So once I got my degree, I worked at a Velocity Sport Performance for a few years, and then also interned at Harvard University, and then got my job here at MIT. I've been here ever since, so for about 6 years now. So it's really how I got into the field and kind of led me up to this point. Consistency and effort in everything that you do. And I try to demonstrate that on a day-to-day basis for my athletes, because my thought process is if I can demonstrate that in everything I do, from programming to coaching, and showing that consistency, then hopefully that kind of wears off and demonstrates that to the athletes, and they're able to execute that. Because I really believe that consistency and effort is really the most important thing, not just in athletics, but in life in general. If you put that consistent effort into everything you do, you're going to find a way to accomplish what you want to accomplish. And then the second part is kind of the phrase knowledge is power. So like effectively being able to communicate not just the what, but the why of everything that I teach. And that's extremely important, especially for the athletes here at MIT, because that's, as engineers, that's what they do on a day-to-day basis, is understand the why. And I think that understanding the why helps build motivation, and can help you more effectively accomplish, again, like your goals and what you're looking to accomplish. The number one thing that I learned to understand about MIT athletes is that they love to understand the science behind what they're doing. So they completely buy into knowing the why of everything, which is awesome for me because I love explaining the why. And that's really something as myself and as a staff we focus on doing is always teaching the science behind what we do. So for relaxing when I'm not providing programming, um, basketball, even though that may not seem like a relaxing thing, playing basketball for me is really the most relaxing thing I do. It's relaxing and engaging at the same time. But when I get on the court and it's just me, basketball, and a hoop, kind of everything else leaves my mind. Doesn't matter any other stresses that I'm dealing with, whatever it may be. Um, that's kind of my place to be, and that's my go-to spot. Also golfing. I just started up golfing this summer, really because all my basketball leagues were shut down. So I needed something competitive to kind of keep me going. And so golf kind of served for that, but I've really enjoyed that as a hobby as well. Um, Aside from that, drinking a cup of coffee in the morning, first thing when the sun comes up, watching sports, mainly the NBA, watching shows and reading books.